Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I know I missed you too. So it's been a while since I posted on here, like a week or two actually, and I'm so sorry for that, but I promise not to go MIA again. Anyways, today I prepared a very controversial and interesting topic for you all, and I know you are going to enjoy. But before I get into the video, if you are new here, hi, my name is Sabina, a Ghanaian currently based in Turkey, and if you are a returning subscriber, hi, thank you for your love and support, and I hope you continue to support me. So let's get into the video. Today's video, we are going to talk about the aspect of study abroad that people don't really talk about, or international students don't really open or show on the internet. Today's video is going to be in two parts. The first part would be about the challenges you face, starting from the application process to moving and settling in the new environment you find yourself in. And the second part would be how to navigate these challenges. Let's begin with the application process. I believe most of us did the applications ourselves, so we applied to several schools in hope that one of them would admit us with a funding, right, to make this entire journey durable. So first off, one challenge you are going to face during this process is it testing your faith, because despite you applying to so many schools, you realize that it's either they accept you with no funding or they don't accept you. And dealing with these rejections and disappointments can be so tough on you, physically, mentally, in fact, all the aspects you can think of, because some of them you would actually invest money into it by paying application fee or maybe getting your documents ready, which might also demand money. Aside from these, like investments, you have your hopes high, so you having your hopes high like also breaks you up when like you get a rejection. So it's very difficult dealing with these rejections and disappointments. And the second aspect is it's going to test your faith, because as a human being, I believe you have something you believe in. So you can be a Christian or you can be a Muslim, but guys, trust me if I say this journey is going to test your faith. Because if you're a Christian, you maybe have prayed about it, that God, this school that I'm applying to, let it go well, like I don't want any rejection, I don't want any disappointment. Then all of a sudden, boom, disappointment. How are you going to navigate this? Like, navigating disappointment and rejections can be so tough, guys.
And this is an
Aspect of the application process that most students or most international students don't open up about. And second, after you've gone through the mental roller coaster of applying and finally getting your 1 years, then it comes with you accepting the opportunity and thinking of actually moving or transforming your life from point A to point B, because you are going to move into a new environment, you're going to move into a new society with new cultural difference, food, everything, what have you, like just mention it, everything. Because you wouldn't go with your friends as well, like it's just a new everything, from friends to society to mannerism to habits to everything, guys, every aspect you can think of. So after accepting your opportunity, of course you'll be excited, of course you'll be so thrilled that majority of the time you'll be thinking of, wow, what an opportunity it's going to be for me to move out and establish myself, develop into the human I want to be, develop into the adult or the matured person I want to be. like, it's going to be fun, guys, don't get me wrong, it's going to be fun. But then again, subconsciously, I know for sure some of us were thinking of the fear of moving outside, like new family, moving somewhere that you don't really know anyone, especially if you know someone there, or maybe a relative of yours is living outside and you're just going to join them. Of course you have these challenges, but then again, you have the comfort in knowing that at least there is someone I'm going to. Do you get? But if you're in a society, or if you're moving to a place where you have no one, or you know no one there, you tend to think of, what am I going to do in the few first months I'm there? Of course, you have movies to binge and what have you, but for sure you're going to think of these things. And maybe thinking of these things, it would some way somehow influence your decision to move outside, or maybe influence your readiness or your happiness. But guys, there is chance in everything, and one thing I've noticed is you will never develop until you move out of your comfort zone. So that's one thing about this thing. So although it's going to be hard, it's going to be sad and what have you, you still have to take up this challenge. So the third point, we have moving into a new environment, or moving into a new country. Not just the environment, guys, a whole freaking country. So I'm talking about after you've gotten here, right? So after you've traveled to wherever you're going to, new environment. If you're coming from Ghana, Ghana is not like any other country. Ghana is Ghana, UK is UK, Turkey is Turkey. Like, everywhere is, it has its own identity. So it comes from like cultural difference, it comes from the system, how things are being run here, everything, guys. So moving here would be difficult, of course, like for the first few days, especially when you have no one to rely on. And if you're coming to a place where language barrier is a thing, it would be very difficult in the first few months. But then again, you know what you're in for, so you can easily navigate your ways, guys. And if the rest time difference is going to be difficult, because your body is used to maybe sleeping at this hour or something, but here maybe it might be daytime and your body is already feeling like time to go to sleep. Anyway, so it's different and it's difficult, but we move because you're already here, so you just have to go through it. But it's an obstacle that people don't really talk about. So I've already mentioned moving to a new country and challenges such as adjusting to the time difference, language barrier if there is, and the system, how things are being run. So next on my list, I have depression. Guys, when you travel outside and you are alone, it will test your mental stability, guys. And no matter how stable your mental health can be, trust me, it will get to a point where you feel like you are drifting, because it's either like you are emotionally unstable. So one moment you can be happy, another moment you miss your family, another moment you miss your food. Like, all these things can take a toll on your mental stability, guys. So if you don't find anything interesting or something you like to do, you realize that you are drifting into depression without even knowing you are heading towards that journey, guys. So just be careful. And we also have making new friends. Sometimes, coming from back home, you might be a very friendly person, or a very outspoken and extrovert and what have you, but coming here, at least for the first few months of being in a new environment, you have to find yourself before you start making friends. So it can be difficult because you came alone, and probably you might be lonely for the first few months, let's say a month or two before getting into it. And we have expectations of family and of yourself, because I don't think anyone is aimless in this world. So speaking of, when you are traveling, you have aims, you have ambition. It's because of your ambition, that's why you're even taking or you're embarking on this journey in the first place. So let's say you want to, what's the code, go and do your masters, you want to go and work, but you have expectations of working alongside to make money maybe for yourself or just to support home, or it depends on you. Not everyone has to support home, of course, but personally you still want to earn money for yourself, because who doesn't want money, guys? Who doesn't want money? So aside from that, aside from the money aspect, social media pressure. Hi, this one, if you want, I can make a whole different video for you guys. But before we get into that, social media pressure is a big thing, guys, because majority of our life, or we are being exposed to various platforms that comes with various challenges. On social media, you might see someone your age who is living a more luxurious life, who is well accomplished, all rounded, not just financially, like all rounded accomplished, so all these things, you kind of wonder, like, did I not get the memo or something? Like, someone better talk to me, anyway. So all of these, like, you are being exposed to social media pressure without even knowing that you are exposed. Of course, it's not going to come in a way of like influence. Social media shouldn't get to a point where like you be so influenced that you make some decisions and you'll regret. But then again, you are a human being, so obviously you're going to feel some bit of pressure here and there, but it depends on you. It depends on how you tackle these things. It depends on how you see these things, your point of view, guys. It depends on your point of view. So of course the social media pressure is going to come, but are you going to make yourself available? Are you going to allow yourself to be influenced that much? Of course you'll be influenced, don't get me wrong, we are all human after all. You're going to be influenced, but are you going to allow yourself to influence you to extent where you would have regrets? No, it shouldn't get to that point. But being in an environment like this would kind of influence you or make it more visible that, like, wow, I'm missing something. Like, social media is taking a toll on me, or it's affecting my mental health, or it's affecting my confidence about myself. Because you see someone your age who is also maybe studying outside, but then again the person is well accomplished, as I said, and all of these, like, you're alone. You're alone, guys. So all you can do to kill time is either binge on movies, find something interesting to do, read, or go on social media. And going on social media is so fast and quick that before you even think of it, you're already there. So that's one thing. Still on the topic of expectation of you by family members and expectation of yourself, I've already tackled that. So expectation of family members, people back home are expecting you to do something for yourself, because no one is willing to invest in you, and it would be a wasteful investment. Who wants to do that? Imagine you have a child and you're taking care of the child, and the child decides to waste your money. Gentleman, hey, not in my house, you get. So those things, it's kind of normal for parents and people back home to have expectation of you. But coming from Africa in particular, or Ghana in particular, Ghana, we mostly deal with a bit of extended family, and those people too might have expectation of you, although you don't think much of their expectation because you owe them nothing. You have to think of your family's expectation of you in general. So what is my mom expecting me to do? What is my dad expecting me to do? Of course you can't obey whatever they want you to do, or just follow whatever expectation they have for you 100%. But then again, you have to make them proud. You have to make them know that their investment is not going into waste, or it's not going waste. Do you understand? So things like that can be very difficult. And aside from that, loneliness and memories, it's difficult because all these things, you see your family creating new memories without you, and you're also creating new memories without them. So it's very difficult, and having a time difference and a whole ocean between you guys can be so difficult that it takes a toll on you. So it's part of the challenges you face when you come here. So let me summarize it. So expectation of yourself and expectation of you by family members. So I've already tackled the social media pressure, you not doing enough. Sometimes you can even have inferiority complex because you feel like, I'm not meeting up to the standard they've set for me, or I'm not meeting up to the standard I've set for myself. But these things, it shouldn't be too big of a deal, guys. Always remember, you are young, there is time for everything. You shouldn't fall into so much pressure that you would have regrets. And that's it. And my fifth point, interesting. So one thing is, when you are in Ghana, or when you are in a community where everyone is like you know you are different, but then again, you don't know to what extent you are different. So if you are getting what I mean, have being black and its reality. So in Ghana, you know that you are black, or in Africa, when you are back home, you know you are black, but you haven't really registered or thought much about it. So you come to a community where it's making it obvious that you are black. People would see you and react differently. Kids would see you and react differently. All these things would make you actually register that I'm different. Like, it is at this point that reality would hit you, because you would be exposed to so many things, including racism, including favoritism, like all of these things. It can't be good, it can't be bad, don't get me wrong, but then again, you don't really think much of you being different when you're in a community that everyone is like you. Do you understand? So in Ghana, for instance, everyone is black. You know that you're a black person, you know you're an African, you are proud of it, but you don't really register it. So you travel outside where everyone is different. Do you understand? Imagine you're sitting in a bus, a free seat is by you, and no one wants to sit by you. Like, why? Things like this would make you realize the reality of like your identity. So you tend to think so much about it, but then again, it's just something that you would have to get over, because you can't change who you are, and you have to be proud of who you are actually. Secondly, you would also be involved in situations where you wouldn't be the happiest. And what do I mean by that? You would be dealing with people of all sorts of background, beliefs, and what have you. And we have starting academics, guys. In the aspect of academics, like, the educational system is different in every country. So coming from somewhere where maybe students are supposed to be on time, students are supposed to do this, students are supposed to do that, you have this language you study in, all of these things can or may be different in wherever you are going to. So even if it's not different and you have so many similarities, it can't be the exact same thing. So for sure you are going to have differences, but how you deal with these differences determine how smart you are, and how equipped you are to be in these environments. And one thing about this whole journey is you are going to learn along the way. So don't try to push yourself faster than you are ready to go, or don't try to put pressure on yourself. Don't try to think so much. It's not going to help, because if you think of it without actually taking actions, you are not going anywhere. You are still in point one. where you started. So what's the essence of dealing with this twice? Because you're going to deal with it, that's by thinking, and when it actually happens, you're going to do something about it because you have to. Next point, we have navigating these challenges. These challenges, guys, comes in different ways and shapes, and I've already mentioned it, so I'm going to list it on the screen and you can have a look. So first off, we have creating a routine for yourself. So me as a person, I do well when I try to create a routine that suits me, not a routine that someone has created for him or herself, or someone has imposed on me, like going to class back to back to back. It's difficult, guys, don't get me wrong, that one is difficult. But creating a routine for yourself, so maybe when you get up, you have to read your Bible, you have to study, you have to, what's it called, exercise, you have to read for an hour. Those kind of routine made for you, you designed it yourself, so you know what is best for you, you know what you want to do at this time. That's the kind of routine I mean. So creating a new routine can be very helpful in things like walking, taking God seriously, because in this challenges and journey, the only person you can depend on 100% is God. Aside from that, we have trying to maintain old friends. You try as much as possible not to let old relationship die. Always try to rekindle it because it's going to be helpful. You would, at a point in time, you would need someone that is very neutral, or like you've known for a while, you are very comfortable with, to talk about some things in your life, and these people would most likely be old friends you already have. So don't let those relationships die off, guys. Try to invest or try to put work into those relationships to make it work. And the next thing we have is try to find something to do, because if you're idle, that is when depression would come in. That is when you think of your finances. That is when you think of your life in general, guys. So try to find something to do. I'm not trying to say that you always have to escape your challenges and stuff, but then you have to do something that is beneficial to you. Even if you don't see the benefits now, in the near future you can see the benefits. Things like this is going to help you in the long run. So don't forget to always find something to do, because the Bible has said the devil finds work for the idle man or the idle hands. So don't forget to do that. Anyway, so the next one, we have join a community. So when you come outside, there are so many communities. You can have a church community, you can have a friend group, you can have an academic group or club, you can have an international group, you can even form some, guys. So always remember to join a community that would be helpful. These kind of communities sometimes organize events and things, and when you go, it helps you meet new people. Through this, you can make new friends, broaden your experiences and people you meet here. And to conclude, guys, don't be discouraged. I just want to say you shouldn't be discouraged. It's going to be a fun journey, don't get me wrong, but it's going to test your faith, starting from the application process all through you settling down, you having or establishing your life. It's going to be difficult, but you have to just try and always rely on God. You have to know your why you are even starting this journey to begin with. And I hope you stay safe, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, you can comment in the comment sections, and I'll be willing to reply you. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching to this point, and it's bye bye from me. So see you next time.